Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Westside Warrior Basketball here on Tubetown. Thanks for joining us on the Tubetown online Facebook page. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton sitting courtside with you as the Westside Warriors hit the road tonight. They are in Blytheville to take on the Blytheville Chickasaws. See the records there, 12-4 for the Chicks, 15-3 for the Warriors. And a lot to tell you about this rivalry game coming up after the national anthem. Again, Andy Maness, Marcus Carlton here with you courtside on this Monday evening. Westside Warriors here in Blytheville tonight, taking on the Chickasaws. Marcus, this is quickly becoming a rivalry game between these two squads.
Absolutely. You know, for a couple teams that had rarely, if ever, played each other before they were placed into the same conference, you know, the rivalry has escalated quickly. You know, they've already met twice this year. Westside, of course, that was the first game we had here on Tubetown, was when Blytheville went over to the Warrior Dome. Westside ended up winning that one by about 13 points. Fast forward a few weeks, and they meet up in the NEA, and somewhat a controversial ending. Westside has a lead with just a few seconds remaining. Blytheville gets a stick back at the buzzer, but it just so happens it was about a half a second too late. So Westside holds on for a one-point win, and you know, to say that this is a rivalry, I think it's a rivalry in the making, because there's definitely no love lost between these two teams.
Yeah, you go back to that NEA tournament game, 59-58, the final of that one. I think that's probably been just sitting in the craw of the Chickasaws.
Absolutely.
And you and I were talking, they are undefeated at home this year. So 4-0 when defending their home court. It's going to be an interesting matchup tonight for Coach Whitmire and the Warriors.
No doubt. This is a unique facility here at Blytheville. It's an older facility, but it has a mystique about it. You know, I was talking with someone earlier, said, you know, it kind of reminds me of Hoosiers when they go to play for the state title at Butler Fieldhouse. You know, it kind of has that old school feel to it. And, you know, the fans in here, man, they get rowdy. They give the Chicks a definite home court advantage. So be interesting to see how Westside responds early on, because it's not a full house, but it is a good crowd. And I'm telling you, we've been here before, and they get loud.
They do. I mean, they were loud for the junior high game, so there's no telling what kind of energy they're about to bring for the senior high game. The starting lineups for the Blytheville Chickasaws, coached by Mackenzie Pierce. Number 2, Curtis Smith. Number 10, Tedrick Washington. Number 12, Davion Smith. Number 23, Winston Peace. And number 32, Johnny Anderson. Of course, for the Westside Warriors, their normal starting 5 out there. Number 3, Kessler Mack. Number 10, Avery Feltz. Number 15, Dylan Schwartz. 23, Jordan Rockers. And 35, Riley Felkins. Your officials for tonight's ball game: Mark Harden, Brad Davidson, and James Bickle. Rockers and Peace at center circle for the opening tip, and the Chicks will control it. And the Warriors will open things up, a man-to-man defense. And they force an early turnover here in the ball game. Felkins going up to pick that one out of the air. Now he's going to drive, splits the defenders, kisses it off the glass, and Felkins has got the first 2 points of the ball game. Good opening possession for the Warriors. Chicks going to try not to turn it over on back-to-back possessions in the first minute of the ball game. Here's Peace with it. Drives, picks up his dribble. Nice pivot move in the paint, and Peace will answer. Tied up at 2 now. And whistle on the other end of the floor. A foul called on the Chickasaws. It's going to go on Davion Smith. That'll be the first one on Smith. So now Rockers will come over to take it out underneath his own basket. Lamont Jackson checking into the game. Quick substitution here for Coach Pierce. Long inbounds out to Mack. Here come the Warriors with their offensive set. Feltz pull-up three-pointer, knocks it down. Feltz with that silky smooth stroke. Nails that one from the right wing without any effort. Tedrick Washington gets it down to Peace on the baseline, and that was Dylan Schwartz, who is basically in his jersey there. Going to get charged for the little bump. And now Washington comes over to inbound it. Trying to get it to Johnny Anderson right on the baseline. Instead, Washington winds up with it, shoots the three. He's off the mark. Here comes Feltz. Feltz with a pull-up three-pointer. Back-to-back. Don't know if he called backboard or not, but we'll count it anyway. 8-2 now the score. Back-to-back triples from Avery Feltz, the playmaker. Oh, and Peace slips. Hopefully he's all right. Looked like he might have rolled his ankle, but he gets up. He looks like he's okay. Nice no-look feed down to, I think that was Davion Smith on the baseline down there. Check that. I believe it was Johnny Anderson, but a great no-look pass by Tedrick Washington. It will be Lamont Jackson at the free throw line. First free throw by Jackson, off the mark. And Johnny Anderson will check out of the game. That'll be Davion Smith checking back into the game. Jackson will hit the second free throw. Lead trimmed down to 5, 8-3. There's Feltz working on Jackson, Felkins rather. Trying to get a screen to get Felkins open here. Felkins lost the ball. He'll put up a shot from the right side, and it will fall. Felkins now with 4 points in the quarter, puts the lead up to 7. Chickasaws average about 55 points per game. Compare that to the Warriors' 69 points per game. About a 14-point difference there. Little pull-up floater by Lamont Jackson will fall, but James Bickham's going to say foul was called on the floor. They're going to call that on the Warriors. And I think they called that on Dylan Schwartz. If so, that'll be number 2 on him. That may be number 3 on him as Logan McPherson is checking back into the game. Tedrick Washington inbounds it, gets it out to Jackson. They work it around to Peace, now to Smith. Smith's three-pointer's off the mark. Long rebound goes to Tedrick Washington. He'll back up. Westside thought about the double team, but they'll back off. 3 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. It's a 5-point ball game. 10-5 Westside leads. Smith, three-pointer from the right elbow. Missed the first one, but he's not going to miss that one. Curtis Smith makes it a 2-point game and a quick foul as Westside inbounds it. And I think they're going to get Winston Peace. That'll be his first personal. And Westside will inbound it once again. So see the Chicks switching to full court press here. Trying to capitalize on that three-pointer by Curtis Smith. Westside into the front court. There's the lob pass to Feltz, and Feltz falling out of bounds. Threw it off of the man he thought was standing out of bounds, but instead, the Chicks now have a fast break attempt. Jackson tried to put that one up through the trees, and it's Jordan Rockers who swats it back down in his face. Quick bucket on the other end by Avery Feltz, and he's now got 8 points in the quarter. A great coast-to-coast effort by the playmaker. 4:10 left to play in the quarter. 12-8 now the score. It's a 4-point lead for the Warriors. Peace, nice Euro step in the paint. He gets the friendly roll. Winston Peace with a beautiful layup. Again makes it a 2-point ball game. Ahead to Rockers. Rockers with a beautiful bounce pass to McPherson, and McPherson can't hit the layup. 2-point ball game. What a feed to McPherson, and then there's the foul. And I believe that was called on Lamont Jackson. McPherson at the free throw line. He will hit it. One more still to come. And I don't know if that was called on Lamont Jackson or not, as they're taking Davion Smith out of the game. That might have been his second. The Chicks do not have the part of their scoreboard lit up that indicates how many fouls the players have. So riding solo, it's a little bit difficult to keep up with everything. 3:35 left to play in the quarter, 14-10 the score. Lamont Jackson thought about the three, but he'll work it back to Tedrick Washington. Washington, last second dish off to Curtis Smith, who drains the triple, but called for shuffling his feet before he let that one fly. Chicks still in that full court press. Feltz across the timeline working against Smith. Tosses him over, steps back, over to Rockers off the tip pass. There's the screen to give Feltz a little bit of space. He launches the three, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for three free ones, pushed by Johnny Anderson. And might have been a little bit of an acting job there by Avery Feltz on the way down. Didn't look like too much contact from the Chickasaws, but Feltz will hit the first of his 3 free throws to make it a 15-10 ball game. Second one drops. Juan Fowler checking into the game, as is Davion Smith. Lamont Jackson heading back to the bench. And the third one will fall from Avery Feltz. Now a 6-point ball game. Biggest lead has been 7. Well, actually that is the score. Sorry, the scorekeeper a little late to the party there. So 17-10, it does match the biggest lead. Tedrick Washington goes to the timeline to chase that one down, feeds it over in the corner to Fowler. Fowler on the drive. Tried to feed it over to Peace with a no-look pass as he ran into the defender. Instead, it winds up with Tedrick Washington. Airballs a 3. Warriors get the rebound. Here comes Falcons. Feeds it ahead to Mack. Mack with a quick release. Can't hit it. McPherson goes up to get the rebound. It's stripped away by Smith. Smith pulls up from the free throw line. Rims in and out. Rockers comes down with the board. 2:05 left to play in the quarter. Falcons going to slow things down here for the Warriors. Coach Whitmire screaming out a play here for the Warriors, and a foul going to be called against Tedrick Washington. That is going to be the first one on Tedrick Washington. Trying to find out what kind of gum Falcons was chewing there. Trying to cross over Smith. They flash the screen for him, but back off. Now Mack near the timeline, goes behind his back. Strong dribble drive and a spin, leaning He'll try to find the glass, and it's off the mark. Here comes Peace with it. 2 on 4 in favor of the Warriors, and a wild leaning shot is off the mark. Falcons the other way now for the Warriors. 1 on 2, he holds up, gets it back to Feltz. Step back three-pointer. Off the mark. It'll go out of bounds, but it'll stay here with the Warriors. Peace reached out to grab that rebound, but could not haul it in. He and McPherson were battling for it, and Peace was the last to touch it. Now we've got a temporary timeout. Curtis Smith got to lean down and tie his shoes back up. And now Rockers is ready to inbound it with 1:11 left in the quarter. 17-10 is the score. Long inbound to Mack. And now we got a foul away from the ball, and that's going to go on Jaquan Fowler. That'll be his first personal. Now that's the 16th foul on the Chickasaws here in the first half. So one more is going to put the Warriors at the free throw line for the rest of the half. Early foul trouble here for the Chicks. Falcons across the timeline, leaves it with Feltz on the left elbow. Under a minute left to play in the quarter now. Drives around Fowler, picks up his dribble, gets it over to Rockers. Rockers from the free throw line. Open jumper, missed it. Smith will bring it into the front court. Nice no-look dish down low for Davion Smith, who's got his first bucket of the ball game. Makes it a 5-point affair, 17-12 with about 30 seconds remaining. We'll see if the Warriors want to hold it for the final shot of the quarter, or if they want to try to get a quick one off with Mack or Feltz. Falcons working against the defender. Nice spin move and the scoop shot. He'll hit it. Falcons now with 6 points in the quarter. 15 seconds left. And now the Chicks will have the last possession. What a beautiful finish by Riley. Falcons add that one to the highlight reel. Jaquan Fowler picks up his dribble, leaves it with Tedrick Washington. Shoots the three-pointer, nearly hit it, but he'll go to the free throw line with 0.7 seconds remaining in the quarter. You see on the replay there, fouled, I believe, by Kessler Mack. I believe that's the first personal on Mack. And Washington, with 3 free ones coming up, will miss the first one. Had a chance to make it a 4-point ball game. I'll have to settle for a 5 at best. It's back iron. Peace there to try to get the tip on it. But it will fall to the court, and we're headed to the second quarter. 19-13 is your score. Westside leading Blytheville. We're back with the second quarter right here on Tubetown, live local from Ritter Communications.
You've got a lot of choices when you buy home furnishings. There are many reasons to choose Hubbard & Hoke Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
At Hubbard & Hoke, you'll find a great selection of furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics with outstanding service, 6 ways to finance your purchase, and free local delivery.
Plus, you'll get a great deal every day on name brands you know and trust.
Great deals, outstanding service, and free delivery. You're going to love
Hubbard & Hoke Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Andy Manus back here at the Chickasaw Gym in Blytheville. And you're taking a look at Coach Mackenzie Pierce talking things over with his team. They trail the Westside Warriors to start the second quarter, 19-13. It was an 11-point first for Avery Feltz. I want to remind you that live coverage of Westside Warriors basketball on Tubetown is brought to you by Hubbard & Hoke Furniture, Everyday Chef, and SSR Insulation, LLC. Again, 19-13 the score, Westside leading, and they will start the second quarter with possession. Feltz, Falcons, Rockers, Mack, and McPherson, the 5 out on the floor for the Warriors. Fowler, Smith, Peace, Davion Smith, that's Curtis Smith also, and Tedrick Washington out there for the Chickasaws. I didn't realize we had 2 Smiths out there. Curtis Smith and Davion Smith. Three-pointer by the Warriors. Off the mark and goes out of bounds. So the Chickasaws will now get their first crack at it here in the second quarter. Again, trailing by 6. Biggest lead tonight has been 7. I've been keeping up with my math here correctly. It's a 2 for 5 outing at the free throw line in that first quarter for the Chickasaws. Three-point attempt by Fowler. Falls from the rafters, nothing but net. Jaquan Fowler in the scorebooks now with his first field goal of the game, and he makes it a 3-point ball game. Chicks got a chance to tie it up possibly on the next possession if they can get a stop here. Falcons over the Rockers. He thought about stepping into that three-pointer. Nobody on him. He'll shoot it off the mark. Mack comes flying in out of nowhere to get that rebound and the putback. The lead back up to 5, and Kessler Mack has now got his first points of the game. Awfully quiet start so far for Kessler Mack. That could be what he needs to get going. Washington with a nice step back move. The drive, tried to hit a scoop shot, but contact bothered that shot. Peace gets the rebound. His shot is bothered as well, and now the Warriors coming up with it on the other end. Feltz, his layup is no good. Rebound stays here with the Warriors. Jab step by Feltz from the corner, and he'll drain a triple. His third three-pointer of the game makes it 24-16, an 8-point lead, the largest lead of the night. Here's a three-pointer by Smith to try to answer. Couldn't hit it. Rockers to Falcons on the rebound, and an offensive foul emphatically called by James Bickham. They're going to say that that goes against Falcons, and right there you saw it on Tedrick Washington. Falcons kind of jostling the defender with his elbow. And now Coach Whitmire wanted an explanation. (24-16) the score. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the quarter. Bounce pass to Peace. Peace drives baseline, and a foul called on Peace. Rockers still standing there with his arms straight up in the air, pleading his case to no avail. There's the drive by Peace, and then there's the reach in by Rockers. So now the Chicks will inbound it underneath their basket. They get it to Fowler in the corner. Washington's turnaround jumper from the baseline, no good. But the Warriors touched it last as it rolls out of bounds. We'll keep it right here. They'll inbound it in the backcourt. Curtis Smith will bring it across. Oh, nice move by Lamont Jackson. There's the drive and one. No. They will count that bucket. And Jackson will head to the free throw line. Kessler Mack called for his second personal. So Jackson now with 3 points in the game. Can't hit the and one. So Craig Harp checked into the game for Kessler Mack, who drew his second personal foul there. Falcons with some fancy handles. Tried to leave it with Rockers on the weave, and just a bit of mistiming there. Goes out of bounds. Chickasaws will now take it up the floor with 5 minutes to play in the half. Three-pointer by Fowler will fall. Nothing but net, his second of the quarter, and he makes it a 3-point game once again. Chickasaw fans wanted a foul on the contact, but they did not get it. Thought that Fowler should be shooting an and one up. Oh, how about that? Phelps answers immediately. Curtis Smith back to Fowler, who's got the hot hand. He launches a three, and he is off the mark on everything. Looked like he was trying to plead his case for contact once again. Check out this three-pointer by Phelps. Just wanted it all by himself, and he was way out there too. Nearly sitting on the Chickasaw bench when he shot that three-pointer. Here he is back in the same position. Steps up to the top of the key this time. His three-pointer's off the mark, but Schwartz is there to get the offensive board and put back. His first bucket of the ball game. Makes it an 8-point lead once again, 29-21. Here's Smith on the drive. Strong move, but it's off the mark. Now Phelps ahead to Schwartz. Leans into the defender, and they're going to call a blocking foul on the Chickasaws. Wow. The contact was there, and now Smith getting an explanation as to what that was, but it was actually Winston Peace who was charged with the foul. Baseline pass. I don't know how that didn't go out of bounds. I don't know if it was a pass or a tipped ball. Spin move by Tedrick Washington, poked out of his hands, I believe, by Jordan Rockers. Now here come the Warriors. Phelps avoids the steal, picks up his dribble, leaves it with Harp. Harp, step back floater. No good. Lamont Jackson will bring it up the floor now. He gets it ahead to Washington, now to Smith. Lobbed down low and poked loose. Here's Felkins on the drive and a charge. Oh, helter-skelter play here for the last minute and a half. 2:16 to play in the quarter as Felkins, I believe, picked up his second. He'll check out. Kessler Mack checking back into the game, and Felkins trying to plead his case right now to the coach. Coach just walked right on by him. I think that was Tedrick Washington who drew that charge. Good job by him setting his feet. Lamont Jackson Dishes it down low. Another pass to Davion Smith. Swatted from behind by Jordan Rockers. The SWAT machine comes through again. Now here's Feltz. Crosses over. Three-pointer. No good. Trying to get the rebound. I think it was last touched by the Chickasaws. So we'll keep it here on the Warriors end with 1:40 to play in the quarter. Rockers trying to find somebody to get it to, and 5-second call. Couldn't find anybody to get it to, and that gives it back to the Chicks. 1:35 left to play in the half. Let's see if Blytheville can come up with an answer. Try to draw a little closer. Oh, nice head fake. Gets the defender in the air. Tedrick Washington steps up, and his shot won't fall. Now here comes Feltz. Leaves it with Mack. Steps right into the three-pointer, and that's what they want. Bringing it down the floor on the fast break. Feltz over to Mack. Mack's first three-pointer of the ball game. He could just be getting started here with 1:04 left to play in the first half. The lead is up to 11. Biggest lead of the night for the Warriors. Three-pointer trying to answer. Off the mark. Offensive rebound. Spinning is Johnny Anderson. And they're going to say a foul on Avery Feltz. Stops the clock with 51 seconds remaining. That's just the first on Feltz. But that is the 19th foul on the Warriors. So that's going to put Johnny Anderson at the free throw line for the Chicks. 1-and-1 opportunity coming up. He will hit the first one, and he's in the scorebooks for the first time tonight. Makes it a 10-point game. One more to bring it back down to single digits. Anderson goes 2 for 2. About 45 seconds remaining as Feltz crosses the timeline. He's looking at the referee, waiting on him to start the count, and he does. He's doing just enough to stay busy to keep the count active. Drives right around the defender, can't finish with his left hand. Rebound goes to the Chicks. Curtis Smith ahead to Washington. 15 seconds remaining. Washington hit the deck, threw it right to the Warriors. Ahead to Feltz. Feltz one-on-one. Finger roll finish. Can't get it to fall, but he will go to the free throw line with 9.7 seconds remaining. Nice quick passing by Mack to get it ahead to Feltz. Feltz just can't finish, and I believe the foul's called on Curtis Smith. So Jaquan Fowler and Logan McPherson both getting ready to check into the game as Avery Feltz is off the mark on his free throw. First one he's missed in his second trip to the line. Lead stays at 9. This will bring it back to double digits. 9.7 seconds remaining. Smith. See if the Chicks can get one last bucket before half. Smith, how about that burst of speed by Curtis Smith? Just takes it coast to coast, and Feltz can't hit the half-court three-pointer. So the two teams will head to the locker room. It's an 8-point ball game, 36-28. Westside leading Blytheville. Going to tally up some stats. We'll bring them to you here in just a minute for the Ritter Communications halftime show. Coming up next here on Tubetown, live, local, from Ritter Communications.
You live. We put you first. Introducing You First Banking, only at First National Bank.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
It happens every Friday night. Come bid, buy, or sell at the Jonesboro Auto Auction, open to the public. You'll see all makes and models, all price ranges, sold at tremendous savings. We're open daily. All you have to do is call. We'll provide every detail on how to bid, buy, and sell. On Friday nights, go where the dealers go, the Jonesboro Auto Auction at the Bypass and Auction Road.
Bring a new style into your home that you'll love with Interior Design Plus. At Interior Design Plus, we believe everyone should love the look of their home. Located at 3510 Dan Avenue in Jonesboro, Interior Design Plus is dedicated to helping you achieve the look you've always wanted for your home or business. Whether it's freshening up a room or a complete redesign, call Joan or Carrie today and let Interior Design Plus provide the look you'll love for your home or business.
Life doesn't always go as planned. So when a power surge affects your TV, or a breakfast mishap takes out your laptop, Guardware multi-device protection gives you peace of mind, knowing your devices will be repaired or replaced with just one call, and without breaking the bank. Protection you can trust. Guardware from Ritter. Enroll today to keep what matters most protected tomorrow.
How much bandwidth will satisfy your home's hunger? The average household now has more wireless devices in use a day than ever before, including TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. HD streaming and gaming can use large amounts of data and slow down speeds for other users. The more devices you use, the more bandwidth your home needs. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get up to 100 megs with internet from Ritter Communications. It's the speed you need to power all your devices. Call today.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Technology was supposed to make our lives easier. No one told us about the plethora of glitches, viruses, hackers, hundreds of passwords to remember, and getting all our tech to sync up. Introducing Tech Home. Technology made easy for you and your devices. Tech Home makes it easy to set up, protect, and enjoy your internet-connected devices anytime, anywhere. Security, password management, backup, and premium tech support. Get back in charge of your digital life now with Tech Home.
You work here, you play here, you live here, and yet most of what you watch on television is about somewhere other than here. Until now, we proudly present Tubetown, TV about you. Tubetown is a Ritter Communications exclusive network featuring local sports, community events, unique and original programming from our community. Tubetown takes what's best about television, what's best about the community, and brings them together. Tubetown, only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Satellite TV providers force you to sign a long-term contract, then saddle you with second-rate service and price increases. Ritter delivers TV service with stunning HD channels, plus bundle savings on the area's fastest internet, and a better home phone service with no long-term contracts, backed by our local customer care team. No contracts, no nonsense, just great service. Don't get stuck with a dish. Visit RitterCommunications.com to learn more.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, you have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to RitterCommunications.com/TV Everywhere to get started. Ritter Communications, connecting you to everything that matters.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Welcome you back to Blytheville here on this Monday night. Andy Maness sitting courtside with you where the Westside Warriors have an 8-point lead on the Blytheville Chickasaws. As we get set to start the third quarter, it was a good first half for Avery Felts. He finished with 18 points in that first half, shooting 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, it was Lamont Jackson with 8 points leading the way for his Chickasaws. See Coach Pierce and the Chicks talking things over before we start the third. They'll come out of the huddle with Curtis Smith, Davion Smith, Winston Peace, along with Tedrick Washington and Johnny Anderson. The Warriors break their huddle with their starting 5 out there. Mack, Felts, Felkins, Rockers, and Schwartz. Davion Smith, wide open three-pointer, rims in and out. Rebound goes to Felts. Felts sprints ahead, stops on a dime, pulls up, three-pointer good. Phelps now with 5 3-pointers here in the ball game. Gives him 21. Peace picks up his dribble. There's the double team in the high post. Lost the ball. Coach Whitmire and the Warriors fans wanted a double dribble, but did not get one. Nice passing by the Chickasaws. They get it down low for Davion Smith. He hits the bucket, and he'll go to the free throw line. Watch the way they work it around here. Tedrick Washington. Nice bounce pass down low to Davion Smith. I don't know if they got Rockers or Schwartz for that foul. Smith will hit the and one. Brings the lead back down to 8. It's one way to answer an Avery Phelps three-pointer. Phelps just camping out over here on the far sideline, peeking over the head of Smith. Now he goes as Rockers gets it in flashes towards the basket. Had to pick up his dribble as he ran into a double team. Phelps on the baseline just turns around and puts that one up. Tried to force that one in there and it doesn't fall. Tedrick Washington now behind his back, ahead to Smith. Swings it, now from the free throw line, nothing but net. Nice little stroke there from Curtis Smith. And here comes the full court press. Well, they'll back off as the Warriors easily get past that. Felkins tried to take that one all the way by himself, but a bit too strong off the glass. Now the Chicks with the ball and a blocking foul called on the Warriors. And they're going to get Kessler Mack with his 3rd personal as Tedrick Washington will go to the free throw line for a 3-point play. Washington gets it. Brings the lead down to 4. Closest they've been in a while. Felkins working against Anderson, spins, and I believe he traveled. Absolutely, I believe he picked up that pivot foot. And James Bickham saw the same thing. Tried to get by the defender with the spin, but it was a great defensive effort by Johnny Anderson. So the lead is down to 3. Again, the scorekeeper and I were a little bit late to that and one party we had a minute ago. Tedrick Washington brings it to the free throw line, leaves it with Smith. Tried to split the defenders, but the Warriors strip it. Schwartz ahead with Phelps. Might have got away with the travel there, but it's Rockers who will go to the free throw line. And it'll be Johnny Anderson charged for the foul. And Rockers in the books with a field goal and a free throw now. Lead back up to 6. Lobs it over for Curtis Smith. Good closeout by Mack. Anderson's three-pointer is off the mark. Tip in, no good, and Curtis Smith trying to save that one from going out of bounds, threw it to his own bench. And now with 3 minutes gone by, 5:01 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Again, the lead is at 6. Elkin's just going to walk this one across the timeline, and some jostling going on away from the ball. And going to get a pushing foul on Kessler Mack. That's going to be Mack's 4th. So he'll have to come and have a seat on the bench. Craig Harp comes in to send him to the bench. Jaquan Fowler checking into the game now for the Chickasaws. And it'll be Davion Smith who goes to the bench for Blytheville. Tedrick Washington pulls up top of the key. Shots no good. Jaquan Fowler saves the rebound, but the Warriors get it. Felkins trying to get the foul. Euro step, lost it. Now here comes Tedrick Washington. Washington had his pocket picked, ball saved from going out of bounds, and the Warriors come up with it once again. One-on-one opportunity for Felkins, and there's a big-time swat there by Tedrick Washington, who came flying in there. But they are going to get Curtis Smith, who tried to strip it there at the end of that. You saw the right arm come down. And Felkins will hit his first free throw of the night. .420 left to play here in the third quarter. Juan Fowler with it at the top of the key, going to try to drive around the defender. Instead, they'll back it out beyond the perimeter. Now they feed it in again, the post. Peace will put up a shot. It's off the mark, and Feltz trying to take that one as quickly as he can down the court. Wisely fouled by one of the Chickasaws, and it's going to be Jaquan Fowler who picks up his second personal. He got that before Feltz was too far out ahead for a clear path foul. And now a foul called away from the ball once again, and it's going to be Jaquan Fowler. And he's very emphatically looking at his sideline saying, "Coach, coach." Not happy with the call. Schwartz to Rockers. Now here's Felkins trying to drive around Fowler, and Fowler going to be called for another foul. So he just runs back to the bench. He knows there's only one more to give. He's going to have to come out. So Tedrick Washington checks back into the game. Long inbound goes to Feltz. Felkins leans into the defender, and he's going to be charged for an offensive foul. Take a look as he just leans into the defender there. Good job by Winston Peace keeping his feet planted. He might have gotten away with a little bit of a lean himself, but it's going to be Felkins who picks up his fourth. So now he's got to come out of the game. It's Harp and McPherson, the two replacements in for Mack, and now Felkins. Lamont Jackson drives from the top of the key. Floater, no good. Peace's shot, no good, no foul. Here comes Schwartz. Double team. Harp in the corner for three. Rims in and out. Peace comes down with a rebound. Peace with two big steps. His layup is no good. Now Westside bringing it up the floor. 3-on-3. Feltz coast to coast, can't hit. Curtis Smith thought about the three. They leave it with Peace. Now to Washington, and Washington will travel. Just a slight shuffle before he got going there. And that sends it back the other way with 2:34 to play. Davion Smith getting ready to check back in. He does so for Winston Peace, and we have got a timeout on the floor. Going to be a full timeout, so we will take a full timeout with them. 2:34 remaining in the third quarter. 44-36 is the score. Westside leading Blytheville. Andy Maness welcoming back to Blytheville, where the Chickasaws still trailing by 8. They trail by 8 at the half to the Westside Warriors, and now it's 44-36 with 2:34 remaining in the third. I want to remind you that the Everyday Chef is a proud sponsor of Westside Warriors basketball on Tubetown. From unique products like McKinsey Childs or dinnerware such as Vaetri and Juliska to original art pieces from Arkansas artists James Hayes and Miller's Mud. They are your one-stop shop for all your gift and entertainment ideas, as well as bridal registry. The Everyday Chef offers personalized service for all your gift needs and free gift wrapping. Everyday Chef and the Wofford family are about giving back to the community, and they want everyone to know that they care about their customers and always put them first. Come by and see them today at the Everyday Chef on Red Wolf Boulevard. Again, 2:30 left to play here in the third quarter. Feltz trying to work against Smith off the screen there from Rockers, and now he's working against Davion Smith. Might have his work cut out for him, as Davion Smith has got the reach advantage, but it doesn't matter when you're Avery Feltz and you can just step back and drain three-pointers like that. That's his 6th three-pointer of the ball game. He makes it 47-36, the lead back up to 11. On the other end, a quick answer for 2 by Davion Smith. And now Feltz double team. Gets it to Rockers, back to Feltz. Feltz over in the corner, three-pointer to Harp. Yes, sir. Craig Harp with a 3. Makes it a 12-point ball game, the biggest lead of the night. Trying to get another quick 2 on the Chicks end of the floor. Blytheville's got a player who is back down on the floor underneath their own basket. That's Lamont Jackson. He hit the floor pretty hard. 1:23 to play in the third quarter as the clock is stopped, play is stopped, and kind of giving Lamont Jackson a chance to clear the cobwebs. Well, he'll check out of the game. Winston Peace checking into the game. And I think the Chicks had the Warriors had put up a three-pointer that was off the mark, and so the referee stopped the play. Westside Warrior fans are behind me emphatically yelling at the referees. I'm not sure why. And a foul's going to be called on the Warriors. They're going to get Jordan Rockers for his second personal. Foul called on the floor before that shot fell, so the Chickasaws inbound it. 6th team foul on the Warriors, so one more will put the Chicks at the free throw line for the remainder of the game. Peace goes up for the shot, and there that foul is. Again, I believe that's going to be called on Jordan Rockers. Take a look at that. Actually, it looks like, I think I heard him say Logan McPherson is Winston Peace is at the free throw line for the first time tonight. That one will rim through. Trying to bring the lead back down to 10. Or the deficit, I should say. And Peace goes 2 for 2. 6 points now in the ball game, and the lead back down to 10. Feltz splits the double team to Rockers. Now to Harp in the corner. Picks up his dribble. Might have got away with shuffling his feet there. Rockers now from the right elbow. Under 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 10-point game. Schwartz to Feltz, who's working against Smith. And had to pick up his dribble. Got in some trouble over there in the corner. Now Harp. Nice feed down low to McPherson. McPherson too far underneath the basket. Couldn't find the right angle on the glass. Smith crosses the timeline. I don't know how he got out of that one without turning it over. Some excellent defense by the Warriors. Now Washington drives, and he'll go to the free throw line, fouled by Westside. 16.9 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and it's Logan McPherson who will pick up his second personal foul. Washington's first free throw will fall. Second one will fall also. Washington 2 for 2 on that trip. 15 seconds remaining. Schwartz will bring it into the front court. He gets it over to Rockers. Rockers to Feltz now with 4 seconds remaining. And Peace will be called for the reach in there. That'll be, I believe, his third. And as soon as the whistle was blown, he went sprinting to Coach Pierce on the bench. You can tell these guys really love playing for Coach Pierce, just the way they respond to everything he says to them. 1 second remaining. Ball was thrown into Harp, and Harp couldn't handle it, and so we're headed to the fourth quarter. Still an 8-point ball game, 50-42 the score. Westside leading the Chickasaws here on Tubetown, live local from Ritter Communications.
You've got a lot of choices when you buy home furnishings. There are many reasons to choose Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
At Hubbard & Hope, you'll find a great selection of furniture, appliances, bedding, and electronics with outstanding service, 6 ways to finance your purchase, and free local delivery.
Plus, you'll get a great deal every day on name brands you know and trust.
Great deals, outstanding service, and free delivery. You're going to love
Hubbard & Hope Furniture, Blytheville and Osceola.
Andy Manus back here with you in Blytheville, where you're taking a look at Coach Mackenzie Pierce, talking things over with his team as we get set to start the fourth quarter. They trail by 8 to the Warriors, who did not have as good of a third quarter as the rest of the game has been for them, but still holding on to that 8-point lead. I say that, but it has been quite a night so far for Avery Feltz. He's got 24 in the ball game so far. 6 3-pointers to his credit. Warriors start the fourth quarter with their starting 5 back out there. Rockers attempts an wide open 3. It's Rockers, Schwartz, Feltz, Felkins, and Mack who are both in foul trouble. Smith goes up to get the missed 3-pointer, and he'll go to the free throw line. Smith, one of the smallest guys on the floor, goes up the highest to get that offensive board. Watch number 2 come flying in here. Gets the rebound, and then there's the foul. I think they called Feltz for his second. Smith's first free throw is off the mark. Second one rims around and falls. Curtis Smith 1 for 2 on that trip. He's got 8 points here in the ball game. Blytheville was able to bring it to within 3 points at about 6:10 remaining in the third quarter, but since then the Warriors have just ran away with it and kept them at bay at about 8 points. They're at 7 now. They miss a shot on their end. Washington will bring it down the floor and hit the open mid-range. He's now got 8 points in the game. Lead is to 5. Felkins double teamed here right in front of Coach Whitmire, and he's going to call a timeout. He said he wanted a foul, but did not get one. Instead, he will call a 30-second timeout. 50-45 is the score. Westside leading Blytheville. We do want to remind you, live coverage of Westside Warriors basketball on Tubetown is brought to you by Denver's Refrigeration and Micah Tilley, an independent consultant for Rodan and Fields. Make sure you follow us on social media if you aren't already, on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search for Tubetown Online. Taking a look at Coach Pierce and the Chicks. Their next game is going to be against Batesville, but they still got a couple of tough games ahead for them. One game on the road at Southside, and then they get to host the Brooklyn Bearcats. Got to finish out this game here tonight against the Warriors, and they're hoping that they can come out on top of it. Be a big win for them as far as conference standings go as well. Falcons with it, and the Chickasaws playing some excellent defense here, but it's going to be Peace who's charged for his 4th personal, 6th team foul on the Chickasaws. So one more is going to put the Warriors at the free throw line for the rest of the game. Falcons works into the high post, spins, gets around the defender, and puts up a nice layup. I don't know how he worked his way in, but Riley Falcons now into double digits. The lead back up to 7. Peace with the hop step, dishes it out to Washington. His three-pointer, no good. High rebound goes to Feltz. Feltz, 3-on-3 opportunity. Leaves it in the corner with Mack, wide open for a 3. He's not going to miss many of those. Long rebound. Chicks wind up with it. Davion Smith ahead to Washington. Washington able to get through the defense. Gets it down on the baseline, and a travel called on Johnny Anderson. So the Warriors get it back. Blytheville sticking with full court press. Feltz getting away with a little bit of a shove there. Not enough for a whistle. Schwartz puts it on the floor. Shot is no good. Rockers with the offensive board, and it's swatted by Peace. Falcons with a deep three-pointer, nothing but net. Falcons now with 12 points in the game, 13 points in the game, and that lead puts the Warriors back on top by 10. There's the block by Peace. Mack sees Falcons open deep, and Falcons just drains it. You see, he was a good 1.5 feet behind that three-point line. Coach Pierce over here talking to referee James Bickham right now. And the Warriors fans are just as loud here as the Chicks fans are. .5:17 left to play here in the ball game. Westside will be facing off against the Highland Rebels in their next game. Coach Whitmire breaking the huddle with his team. They're going to come out with the starting 5. Falcons, Feltz, Rocker, Schwartz, and Mack. For the Chicks, it'll be Washington, Curtis Smith, Davion Smith, Winston Peace, Johnny Anderson. $18 fouls for the Warriors, so any more will have some one-on-one opportunities. Peace puts up a baseline shot. He's now got 8 points in the game. 5 minutes remaining. There's the trap. They get it down to Schwartz. Schwartz right underneath the basket. That's a hard angle to get it to drop. Schwartz does it. He's now got 5 in the ball game. Lead is back up to 10. Davion Smith. He's going to step out of bounds as he tries to go baseline. (47-57), Westside leading Blytheville. Falcons over to Mack. Mack now to Feltz. He's double teamed. Barely got that one away. Now they're going to set a screen here, it looks like, for Feltz to get open. As Felkins drives, they don't need him to. Felkins with quite a quarter. 7 points here in the quarter, 15 now in the ball game. Lead is up to 12. Lamont Jackson and Jaquan Fowler getting ready to check back in the game as the Chicks put up a shot that falls short. 3:45 to play. Rockers nearly threw that one away. Mack to Feltz. Washington stays with him. There's the screen. Double team. And now 3:25 left to play in the game. Warriors taking their time on this possession. Feltz is going to drive, kicks it out. Mack nearly turned that over, but Felkins wrangles it in. Splits two defenders, 2 big steps. Shot is no good, but he'll go to the free throw line. I don't know how he got through both Davion Smith and Winston Peace. What he did, 2 big steps. The layup is no good, but he is fouled. So now 17 fouls on Blytheville. Westside, everybody at the free throw line for the remainder of the game, as Felkins has now got 8 points in the quarter, 16 in the ball game. So Anderson and Davion Smith will check out of the game. Lamont Jackson and Jaquan Fowler checking into the game. Craig Harp is checking into the game, or getting ready to check into the game after this Felkins free throw, should he hit it, and he does. So Felkins will come out of the game now as McPherson checks in for him. 61-47. Washington just going to let this roll up the floor. Smith drives baseline, puts up a shot that falls, but foul is called on the floor. It's going to go on Jordan Rockers, but too many team fouls puts Curtis Smith at the free throw line. He's been there once already tonight, 1 for 2. He's got 8 points in the ball game. And he's going to need both of these to keep this one from slipping any further away for Blytheville. Got the first one out of the way. Can't hit the second one, though, so 1 for 2. Warriors get the rebound. Half-court trap. They're able to get by it. It was an unintentional pass, but it worked out for him. Felkins with it near center circle. They leave Schwartz wide open. He gets it to Mack. 2:30 left to play in the ball game. Over to Felkins. They're going to give him some space, and he's not going to shoot the 3. If it were earlier in the ball game, I'm inclined to think he would probably look a little more favoringly at that shot. I also think I just made up a word there, but that's okay. Foul is going to be called on the Chickasaws' Curtis Smith. That is going to be, I believe, his 3rd as Felkins goes back to the free throw line. Perfect 4 for 4 here in the ball game from the charity stripe. And again, it will be Craig Harp getting ready to check back into the game as Felkins drains the first free throw. Can't hit the second. Old broadcaster's jinx coming into play. High three-pointer off the mark. Fowler tipped the rebound to Peace, and Peace will hit the putback. Westside fans wanted to push from behind, or over the back, if you will. They did not get it. Instead, the Chicks hit a bucket and a quick foul. I missed who that was called on. it was their fourth. Whoever it was puts Rockers at the line with 1:54 to play. Try to increase the lead from 12 to 13. And now a chance to make it a 14-point game. Peace sprints to the right elbow. Now Smith will try to drive through the traffic, puts up a shot. No good. 1:40 remaining in the game. Philps dribbles in and out. And now Lamont Jackson called for the reach-in. That is going to be just the first personal on Lamont Jackson. Stops the clock with 1:30 to play. And Falcons off the mark on that free throw. Second one will fall. Washington's three-pointer at the top of the key falls nothing but net. Brings the lead back down to 12 and a timeout called by, I believe, Blytheville. I want to remind you again that the Everyday Chef is a proud sponsor of Westside Warriors basketball on Tubetown. From unique products like Mackenzie Childs or dinnerware such as Baatry and Juliska to original art pieces from Arkansas artists James Hayes and Miller's Mud, they are your one-stop shop for all your gift and entertainment ideas as well as bridal registry. The Everyday Chef offers personalized service for all your gift needs and free gift wrapping. The Everyday Chef and the Wofford family are about giving back to the community, and they want everyone to know that they care about their customers and always put them first. Go by and see them today, the Everyday Chef on Red Wolf Boulevard. 65-53. Heck of a quarter here for Riley Falcons, who's done quite a bit of damage from the free throw line. He's got 15 points from the floor. No, scratch that. He's got 19 points in the game. Let's do it that way. Trying to do a little bit of quick math here on the fly. So Falcons with 19 points in the game. Phelps has got 24, but he's scoreless in this quarter. You might see him remain scoreless with only a minute 22 left to play. Warriors come out of the timeout with possession. Full court press from the Chicks. Here's Peace. Phelps blows right by everybody. Washington able to get a hand on him, and he will be called, I believe, for just his second. That'll be his third correction. But Phelps will now go to the free throw line. He is 4 for 5 from the charity stripe. Chance to collect some stats here late in this game. First one is good. Second one won't fall. Deep three-point attempt, off the mark. Schwartz comes down with the rebound. Over to Falcons. And I don't know if they'll call that. They'll call that on Lamont Jackson. I don't know if they'll call that on Jackson or Fowler, but it's going to be Jackson. So Phelps continuing to work that free throw line like a part-time job here in the last couple of minutes of this fourth quarter. Second one falls too. Elkins is now 8 for 10 from that free throw line. A minute 2 left to play. 15-point ball game. Smith leaves it with Peace. Three-point attempt. Drops it. Winston Peace. And a quick foul with 51 seconds remaining. Foul's called on Curtis Smith, and that will be it for him. That is his 5th. He fouls out with 9 points. Goes 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. Good game for him. Coach Pierce getting ready to send Kylan Wells to check in. And the Chicks going to call a timeout. Just a 30-second timeout. Coach Pierce keeping his team fighting in this one, despite it being a 12-point ball game. Of course, you never know. Anything can happen. Be a lot of missed free throws from the Warriors. They would need that. 51 seconds remaining. Coach Whitmire breaks the huddle. Feltz, who missed the first free throw, will hit this one. It's at 69-56. Fowler just sprints ahead. Quick shot off the mark and fouled by Jackson. Kessler Mack came down with that rebound, and now he'll go to the free throw line. And Mack keeping things alive here. Off the mark on the first one. I say alive, it is a 13-point game. Second one is off the mark as well. It'll stay at 13. Lamont Jackson drives. Finger roll finish with the left hand. Beautiful layup by Lamont Jackson. He's now into double digits with 10 points. And another quick foul. This time it'll send Riley Felkins to the free throw line. Lamont Jackson charged for the foul. Felkins, first one is good, second one on the way. Got that one too. Now 30 seconds remaining. Step back jumper from the free throw line. Lamont Jackson will hit that one. He's now got 12 in the game, the lead down to 11. I think Coach Pierce just trying to get it down to single digits here before the end of the ball game. And it is a full timeout. We're going to go ahead and step aside for the timeout with them. 24 seconds remaining, 71-60. Back with the final moments of this game right after this.
You live. We put you first. Introducing You First Banking, only at First National Bank.
Andy Manus back here in Blytheville, where the Chickasaws have narrowed the margin to 11. Westside leading 71-60, 24 seconds remaining. Chickasaws took a timeout. They have none remaining. Westside has 3. I would imagine we're going to see a quick foul here. Nope. Looks like they're going to back them off and Maybe let the clock run this one down. Yep, Blytheville just going to go ahead and let the clock run down here, and the Warriors will get out of here with an 11-point victory. They go to an overall record of 15-4. Excuse me, 16-4. I put the tally mark in the wrong column there. 16-3 will be the Warriors' record. And a 23-point night for Riley Felkins. Those are your two highest scoring Westside Warriors. And again, the Westside squad will stay at home to face Highland in their next matchup. Meanwhile, the Chickasaws fall to a record of 12-5. They are now 7-3 in conference play. They're going to be hitting the road for a big game with the Batesville Pioneers for their next outing. Again, 71-60 is the final score. We'll go ahead and wrap things up from here in Blytheville. A big thanks to everybody who made tonight's game possible. Thanks to all of our sponsors, all of our camera crew, and all of our guys in the truck. Of course, our executive producer, Marcus Carlton. I'm Andy Maness saying so long from Blytheville. We'll see you back on Tubetown for another edition of Westside Warrior Basketball on Tubetown, live local from Ritter Communications.